guys, it's Sam.
And it's Nick.
And welcome to Tiny
Table Talks.
This week, we actually have a co-host, Pastor Liz. Liz went out and interviewed a teacher that you might know if you live in the Madison community. Nick, you went to Madison High School, so I think you're familiar with her. Do you want to introduce her?
This teacher, she teaches math at the high school. Her name is Miss Meshkinbush, or what many people call her, Miss Mesh. So I never had Miss Mesh as a teacher. But the thing is that even though I didn't have her as a teacher, somehow she still knew my name. Now, I don't know if that means because I was a bad kid or anything like that. But I mean, I was a decent kid at most of the time. Just dubbed it. But anyways. But she would always just say, "Hey, Nick, how's it going?" And again, I didn't have her. I wasn't one of her students at any point. She just knew my name, just asked. She was just that nice. Just being nice and wanted to know how I was doing.
So we're going to turn this interview over. They have desks, which are their tiny tables. So hang tight, and we will be right back.
All right. Hi, everybody. I am here with my friend Natalie Meshkinbush. You can see we are wearing our masks, having good social distancing. And I just wanted to ask her some questions for our Tiny Tables talk today.
Hi, I am Natalie Meshkinbush. I am a lifelong resident of Madison. I am married. I have been a teacher here at Madison for many years. I've been teaching for 26 years and I've been at Madison for 20.
A fun fact that I know Mrs. Mesh here, or Natalie, from teaching. She teaches with my husband. But her youngest sister, Sarah, is one of my lifelong friends. So I've had a chance to get to know you several different ways.
Absolutely.
And so I wanted to talk to Natalie today because we're talking about this idea of the light. Where do we see the light and the goodness and the love in people in our lives? And when I thought about this, I thought about Nat. So I'll talk about that in a little bit. But I just wanted to ask her a couple of questions. So the first one is, how do you sense when people need care?
I feel like I'm a really observant person, and I think that's kind of the math part of me that kind of kicks in, and it's something that I feel like I've just been able to do for quite a while, and I really have this sense inside me that I want to show people or give people the love that I have, and I just want them to feel that they are welcome and that they are heard, that I like to listen to people, to listen and not necessarily listen to respond.
Yeah.
So I that's how I try to show that I care for people in that way.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so we don't have a long interview because this is our Tiny Tables talk. When we were thinking of people to talk to, Natalie is the first one that came to my mind. Because I know for our family, she has cared for us. When I had to have hip surgery, she made us a whole week's worth of food. Oh my gosh. And I just remember being overwhelmed by that. Cookies, you bring us cookies and pickles and gift cards. And when John comes to school, when he used to be able to come to school,
Right.
he would get Pop-Tarts and treats from Mrs. Mesh. She always, always, always is caring for people. And I likened it to a beacon of light. When you think about who has that light of love and care and concern and selflessness, like Natalie Meshkinbush was the first one in my mind. So my last question is, what motivates you to be the person you are, to be kind and selfless and deeply concerned and caring towards other people?
Thank you. Well, that's so nice of you to say. I don't know if there's something in me that motivates me or there's a reason that I do it. I just really feel in my heart that I really have a lot of love to give, and I want to give it. And it might sound corny, but it's just how I feel, that I want to make people happy. And doing those things make me happy, and I want to just be able to make others happy. And it just is something that I enjoy to do. And I've done it, I don't know, for a while. And I think that life changes you, and maybe I didn't do that when I was younger. And being a teacher also is a way that I can connect with kids.
Yeah.
And it's really wonderful. I think my teaching has evolved over the many years that I have been a teacher. In the beginning years, maybe I wasn't as compassionate or helpful to students. It was always, let's teach math, let's do this. And now as I've gotten older and life changes you and you soften up a little bit and things happen to you, that you're more concerned about, I want to make sure that the student is happy and their needs are met. And those are things that I can do both in school and out of school for people that are in my circle of friends and people that are my tribe, as I call them, and people that I don't even know. I'm always willing to help if I can, and it's just something I feel in my heart, and
it's part of who you are.
It
It's
is
just part of
really,
who
in
you
my
are.
opinion, I think it's just part of who I am and how I feel. I don't think it's something that motivates me, but it's just something I feel in my heart that I do. Notice though, over time, sometimes you have to be careful that when you are always a giver, that you can give and give and give, and then you have an empty cup, and that you get drained and you are tired, and how important it is, in my opinion, of course, to create a boundary and to make sure that you care for yourself and that you have a routine where you can fill your cup back up, whether it's doing journaling or finding time for yourself. I personally like to work out and do that kind of stuff, and so that way that you are always filling your cup back up so that you can give it to somebody else, and have a good solid tribe around you that will check in on you every once in a while too, because you need to be checked on as well.
Yes, exactly.
So those are just some things that I feel.
Well, I appreciate you, Nat.
Oh,
I'm so
thank
glad
you
that we
so
know
much.
you. I'm so glad that you shared with us. And like I said, you've been a beacon of light to
Oh,
our family.
Thank
We
you.
love you, and I know to so many of your students, to your own family. So I just appreciate your time today.
Oh, thank you so much. It
All
was
right.
an honor, really an honor to be with you
Well, we
today.
love you.
Thank you. Oh, thanks.
All right, bye guys.
So really what we hope to convey to you is this. We all have this divine imprint in our genetics, in our DNA. We are all made up in God's image. And as humans who bear this divine image, we have to ask ourselves, are our actions actively drawing people into restoration and wholeness? Are the things that we care about, the things that we do, the way that we respond to others, is that building people up? Or on the other hand, are your actions, the things that you stand for, the way that you speak, the way that you act to those who you don't agree with, do those lead people away from wholeness and love and light and truth? Because that's the reality. The world is looking for people who are aligning with the values of what Jesus taught. I often hear people say they are turned off by the church, they're turned off to religion, they're turned off to spirituality, they're turned off to Jesus because of the way his followers act in the world. Are you actively embracing those around you? Are you actively looking to seek for peace? Are you actively looking to restore the brokenness around you? Are you in some small way contributing to the hurt that this world has enough of? I'm just gonna end with a quote from Shane Claiborne, which I think fits this whole tiny table talk perfectly. So Nick, go ahead and read that.
So this is Shane Claiborne from his book, The Irresistible Revolution, Living as an Ordinary Radical. And I think that's what our world is desperately in need of. Lovers. People who are building deep, genuine relationships with fellow strugglers along the way. And who actually know the faces of the people behind the issues they are concerned about.
We can't wait to see you next week.